Hello community, in this video I want to show you how to add a custom morph target to a MetaHuman head in Blender. I will talk a lot about the level of detail. I think it is quite important, especially for games, while in almost all tutorials that I have found this topic was ignored. You can generate LODs in Unreal Editor, but generated are not so good as default. If you are okay with keeping only the lowest LOD, things will be much easier. So let's get started. I use MetaHuman demo project, MetaHumans, and create project. Okay. Now open editor. Click quickly add to project, Quixel Bridge. Do not forget to sign in, because otherwise you will not see your own MetaHumans. MetaHumans, my MetaHumans. Choose which one you want to import. This one has been downloaded previously, so click download if it's not downloaded yet. I only need to click add. If there is a first MetaHuman of the project, you will get a few warning messages about missing plugins. Just enable everything and restart the editor. Demo project is pre-configured, that's why I didn't get these messages. And as for source content, I don't import source content. So close everything. In content, we have MetaHumans and folder for each MetaHuman of the project. My MetaHuman is called Vivian, so I go to Vivian, face, and here we have skeletal mesh called Vivian_face mesh. Let's duplicate it. It will be handy in future, duplicate, and I will call it skm_Vivian face. Okay. Open it. The first problem, there are two slots with the same name, one for saliva and another one for eye edges. It will be better if we replace one of them. So I browse to this, duplicate material instance, and I will call it mi_saliva_inst and replace the default material with this new one. Save it. Now we can export the FBX. So navigate to MetaHumans, Vivian, face, SKM Vivian face, asset action, and export. And I will save it at my desktop. Default settings are good. Before importing FBX in Blender, you need to do one very important step. You need to download Autodesk FBX Converter. I have it installed. Open it, drag and drop exported file here, and click Convert. If you will skip this step, all material slots and all existing morph targets will be missing. In Blender, we need to use this new file from the folder FBX 2013. Here, this one. So we can close the application and open Blender. Let's clear the scene. First thing we need to do, we need to set up correct unit scale. Go to Scene Properties, Unit, and 0.01. Okay. Now File, Import, FBX, find on the desktop in folder FBX 2013, find this file. Default settings are almost okay. As for the orientation, I prefer to follow the next simple rule. Use manual orientation and keep in mind the axis when importing the mesh. Then use the same orientations for export. This way, orientations will be the same as in the initial FBX. So I will set here forward Y and up Z. Import. Finally, we can create new shape case. The best way is to create shape case for the lowest LOD and then transfer them to all further LODs. So I will hide everything except the lowest LOD and go to Object Data Properties and create new shape case here. I'll call it Custom Morph and pin it. Now we can go to Sculpt mode and sculpt whatever we want. As soon as it's done, we need to transfer all created shape case from lowest LOD to other LODs. I'm going to use my add-on for it. The link is in the description. You may do it manually or use any tool you are comfortable with. So I go to Object Mode, unhide everything and select all LODs except the lowest. At the end, I select the lowest LOD and find my add-ons menu at Add Panel, Tools. Here, this menu, click Transfer by List and initialize list as unchecked here. Uncheck all, so it will not transfer all LODs. And we can find at the very end Custom Morph. And I check it. You can check a few morph targets if you created a few. So now, final step, transfer shape case. Let's check the results. I will unpin it, select the lowest LOD and we'll try to change values. So as you see, all LODs are also changed. So works well. Now, obviously, we want to export the model back to Unreal, but there is a problem. If we will do it right now, at the end, we will get this ugly thing. It happens because the Unreal processes everything like it is a single mesh, while we have a few separate levels of detail. So we need to change hierarchy to provide more explanations to the Unreal Engine exporter about what we actually want. But before we fix hierarchy, you should know one fun fact. An index at the end of mesh name here mean nothing. Order of LODs is defined only by the object creation time. So even with the right hierarchy, with 99% probability, the order will be wrong. To fix it, you need to duplicate objects in proper order. I have a script for it. So let's select all meshes and paste script. The script just creates a copy of each mesh in correct order. So run the script and see here. Here we have initial objects marked as outdated. We need to delete them. And here we have the object created in correct order. Let's fix the hierarchy. We don't need this empty. Let's unhide everything. This empty is handy. Now we need to parent all LOD meshes to the armature. So select all of them. At the end, select armature. Click Ctrl P and select armature deform. It is very important, armature deform. Then parent the same meshes, but to the empty. Select all of them, select empty, Control P, object. At the end, select empty only, select armature and parent to object. So at the top of hierarchy should be armature, after this should be empty, and under empty should be all LOD meshes with armature modifier. Here armature deform modifier. Hierarchy is okay. We need to select the empty, object properties, and add a new custom property. New. Type should be string. Property name fbx underscore type. Value LOD group. L and G are capital. That's it. Now select everything. All armature, empty LODs, double check, all of them should be visible and should be selected. Go to File, Export, FBX, start with defaults. Selected only, here should be checked. Now it's a good time to remember axis orientation we have used for import. So forward Y, up is Z. Geometry. Smoothing should be face. Uncheck apply modifier because it is stated here it prevents exporting shape case. It should be unchecked. Armature. Uncheck leaf bones. And uncheck bake animation. Now we can save it somewhere. Here on my desktop, I will save it as SKM Vivian Face Morph. Export. Now go back to Unreal Engine, to the content folder, and open the skeletal mesh. Now scroll down. At the end we have import settings. Expand mesh. Check import mesh LODs. Check it. It's for transform. We don't need this transform. So all translations or rotations should be 0. Scale 1. Nice. And set file path. Source path. Find the final mesh from the Blender, SKM Vivian Face Morph. Open. Save it and in content, find the icon with this mesh, right click and re-import. It takes a long time, unfortunately. Now we need to set proper asset materials here. Just for each one, select the same as in the left column. Done. Let's check what we have. I'll scroll up. So number of materials is the same as in the initial mesh, 15 materials. And let's go through all LODs. LOD 1, LOD2, LOD3, something strange. We need to fix it. LOD5 and LOD7. So we need to go through all LODs and check materials for them. Let's check here, custom morph target. It is here and it works. Now the initial mesh will be very handy. Open the initial mesh. Go to LOD section and check all materials of these two meshes. So open LOD sections and compare all of them. So teeth, saliva, left eye, right eye, head, teeth, saliva, left eye, right eye, eye shell, eyelashes, eye edge, eye shell, eyelashes, eye edge, and cartilage. So with the 0 LOD, everything is okay. Let's go to the second LOD1, sections. Here, LOD1 shader. Here, the first problem. At LOD1, at the skin shader, we have lowest LOD shader, while here should be LOD1 shader. All other looks good. Let's go to LOD2. Section. LOD2 shader, teeth shader, saliva shader. For LOD2 section, the same thing, wrong skin material. Here should be LOD2 shader, teeth shader, saliva shader is okay. Left eye, right eye. Eye occlusion, higher LODs, and lacrimal fluid ends. Eye occlusion, here we have lower eyelashes shader. So we need to check. Here should be eyelashes, high load shader. LOD3. This creepy one, sections. The same thing, skin material is not correct. LOD3. Teeth shader. When we don't have saliva, so here should be section 2 left eye, section 3 right eye. Left eye, where's left eye? Left eye, right eye, eye occlusion, eyelashes, and eye edges. Eye shell, eyelashes higher LODs, and eye edges. Go to LOD4, also creepy. LOD4, section, head, teeth, left eye, right eye, and eye shell. Ron Kirsten, LOD4, teeth, okay, left eye, right eye, and at the end, eye edges. Looks nice. LOD5, LOD5, sections, the same thing. LOD5, here correct 5-7 shader, teeth shader, left eye shader, and right eye shader. As for further LODs, it is the same. So now everything is okay. So we have MetaHuman with all LODs, with proper materials, and with extra morph target. And the morph targets worked with all LODs. And animations also works. Let's check preview animation. Now the head works well as a single thing, but it still does not work well with the other body parts. Let me show it. Go to Vivian folder, to Blueprint, and now I want to replace face skeletal mesh component here with the new one, SKM Vivian face. And something goes wrong with hair. It is a woman, so obviously we don't really need to care about mustache and the beard, but we still need to fix 4 grooms: eyelashes, fuzz, eyebrows, and hair. Let's start with hair. In here and here we have the problem. The groom is bound to previous mesh. We need to create a new binding for the new mesh. So browse to the groom asset, right click on it, create binding, select target skeletal mesh as SKM Vivian face, conversion as a source skeletal mesh, select initial Vivian face mesh and create new binding. Nice, you need to save it. Let's go to Vivian Blueprint and choose another asset. Now it works well. And let's do the same for all other grooms. Now everything works well and you can control morph targets from Blueprint or from code. Let me show it in event graph. I will set morph target for face. Morph target's name is custom morph. Value is 1. Nice. And for demonstration, I want to replace default female character with my new one. And here, I need to go to content drawer and place the character on the scene. Now we can go to the sequence, MetaHuman sample sequencer, go to characters, add a, right click and assign another actor. Vivian, okay. And finally enjoy the result. If you want to see more videos like this one, click thumb up and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you also want to see similar video about MetaHuman body customization. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.